So boom, check it. Listen, this gonna be more of a like rant video, just so you know. So if you want to skip my rant videos, because a lot of people do, just do it now, right? But it's we're talking about the right now. We're gonna talk about the Unity new like payment system plan, whatever the fuck, right? So I've been using Unity for close to 12 years now, right? Off and on. So it's more like seven, like fully on, but 11 off and on. So I know things about Unity, all right. I took a little break, so I don't have the biggest resume, and also I don't like to publish my games, so I don't have the largest resume either. But I'm currently trying to get one of my projects, Blue Man's Book, that I'll talk about that when it drops. I'm gonna do a little rant video about that game. It's a little horror game, right? Made in Unity, and then I'm working on a big game right now. That's going to span years, right? Society's Edge. Our competitor is Greed of Man, and we're gonna try to be up there with levels of Gmod, and then hopefully surpass that and get to levels of GTA 5, and shit, 6 probably be out by then. Um, and just try to get a great RP game. And I got two games that are not started yet, but I do want to make. One's a more kind of game, simple, and then one's more of a project I want to really do because I feel like it's gonna be interesting. So I'm deep in the Unity like core right now, right? I'm deep in it. So that's what I was explaining. The new stuff that's going on. Obviously, you heard about it. Like you're not coming to travel to know, like, what's the new news? Like we all know the news, right? So they're changing the pricing model, and the pricing model, it used to be free. Standard edition was free, I think, standard or something like that. Student, and then pro, and then corporate. So along those lines, right? And the way you would pay those is you'll just play monthly, like a subscription service. But now I think they're either doing that, or they're switching over to this program where if you make a certain amount of money and a certain amount of downloads from your executable, which is like your builder version, your build, then you got to pay 20% as a standard rate, but basically 20%. So you got to get so on top of giving on top of giving Steam money and taxes, right? You got to give you got to fork over some money for Unity now. Now, I did watch both sides of this. Well, as far as you can go. I watched Code Monkey first. Well, I was gonna watch some video. I tabbed it. I just moved it to another tab. I was gonna watch it later, but then I seen somebody else say, "Oh, Unity's ruined," and he explained about his main gripes with it was it seems like a money hungry like thing that they're doing. They didn't have any warning. They didn't like say, "Hey, let's put this information out there, see if the community will reject it." It's like this is the new thing, kind of like what Netflix did with the sharing shit, right? And I went back and watched Cold Monkey, and he had a more not optimistic, but more like informational. The other one was informational too, more of a positive outlook towards it, rather than he was saying that the majority of indie games won't reach the threshold, which I think is 200,000. 200,000. So 200 comma 00. So that and he brought up statistics and all that, and so and he compared some of the plans to Unreal and Unity. So if you like, he compared it to BattleBit. So BattleBit, everybody knows BattleBit sold a cool 3 mil, I think, around there. And then he said he would have played more with Unreal, and because Unreal sucks. Um, and you would pay less with Unity, and if you have certain plans, like if you have the plan, like you pay less and stuff like that. And you were saying most of that like downloads and number games is more towards apps, right? But on the other side, I watched a couple other videos of other people saying that per install is how they calculate how it's how they know how to get data. So basically, first thing that was problems that they're getting your data, and even at the corporate level. So corporate level, you got a lot of secrets and a lot of money going in. Like you don't want to get backdoored, right? That's like buying a safe, right? And then the people that got bought you, so you bought the safe from, got a key, so they could just anytime they want waltz in your safe and take whatever, right? So that's basically why even people that's like on the highest level of Unity development rate is like, yo, you taking data, right? And they said blah blah blah, is only we're complying with this, and it's only for this, blah blah blah. But another problem was it is per install. So per install, they get that's the data that they're taking. Well, one piece of it is per install. So if you install a game, they say, "Oh, okay, we're gonna count that to your installs, right?" But let's say you get a new computer, you get two computers. If you install and you keep the same Steam account, you install again, then you didn't buy it again. You just reinstalled it on a different computer. You got to pay again. They didn't give you money, right? They didn't give you money for that, but you have to pay. You see how that's backwards, right? And it counts for web GL. So like if you go to like what's the indie game shit called? Fuck, I'm blanking out. What's it called? It's basically a marketplace where a lot of indie games go, and it's a lot of free games, a lot of paid games. If the and instead of going to those websites, you can have your game inside the website and not even download it. Those count too, because it's when you execute like the build, it sends data to them and all that stuff. So even if you don't download it, it still counts. And I don't know exactly how that's gonna work. Like, does it count every time you open it? Like, how did that work? But it's I don't know. I Cold Monkey made some good points, showed some data. Other two people I watched made some good points. I think the only way that you could fix this is you take away this thing entirely and do another system to get money, or just increase the current terms. And I'm pretty sure. Listen, I'm not gonna lie. If you could keep the same terms like for the pro member free and all that, but if you like if they make it a cool well, it won't be free now, but if you make it a cool like $500 for the software itself, and then you get the plans, I'll pay a cool 500. All right, it will hurt a lot. You know what I mean? A lot. But I'll pay. Like, there's different ways to get your money, man. That's all I'm saying. But also, the only problem with this is the install thing. Because let's just say the Steam, for example, somebody can, for example, uninstall their game, reinstall it, and if they execute it, that would count as an install, even though they didn't buy it. Because the only data they get is that this player has started this game, so they have probably paid for it, even if they didn't. The only other way to get around this is you give them more data, which, first of all, we already do that. Like, normal people already do that on a day to day basis. Y'all be clicking allow. Y'all don't be reading them 400-page documents. Me neither. Like, come on, go read all that. I might have to get Chat GPT to summarize them, motherfucker, just so I know what's in them, right? It might be a good idea. But you would have to give them more data, like sales, well, not sales number, but more data, like, just to know that whether or not somebody bought it, right? So it's not like somebody that hates you do a couple more installs, or somebody that's got 90 monitors for some reason reinstalling it 90 times, you only paid for it once, so you got to pay for it 90x times, stuff like that. So me personally, I don't really care. I've never spent a penny on Unity, but I've obviously never released a project. Well, that costs money, other than Blue Man's Book. I'm trying to get Blue Man's Book certified. I haven't got an email about my certification, stuff like that. It's my first time publishing on Steam, so it's gonna be a minute. It was supposed to be out on the last day of the month, and yeah, so we'll see about that. It's gonna come out. I'll make a rant video talking about it. And then our new project, Society's Edge, which I'm still working on. That's gonna be my big game. That's gonna be like that's not my dream game, but that's something I'm working towards, and it's gonna, it better accrue those fees because I'm trying to get to the top with that game. But my take on it is the install thing is crazy. Like, you get like if you can find out that every time you get an install, somebody's paid for it and not just any like weird stuff like that, then that's cool. But other than that, like, we supposed to be better than you, unit. I mean, we supposed to be better than Unreal. I mean, we are. Don't get it wrong, but we're making a lot of bonehead moves right now. Like all I'm asking for, Unity, is give us a character creator for once that's easily compatible and it's not doing shady shit like character creator. Jeez, they got MetaHuman. I tried to yoink one of them, throw them in Unity. Didn't work, obviously, because they don't want to steal. But like, come on, can we get a MetaHuman, please? Anyway, my fault. I got a little off track. But basically, figure out the way to count the installs, and I guess everybody, if you want to keep this plan, but I mean that not a lot of people are liking it right now. So hey, I'm not in the $40 billion company or. I just threw out a number. I don't know. I just want to do a little rant. That's all. It's a lot of mixed opinions, a lot of feelings. It's obviously big for me because I'm making games, but I don't. My games are not gonna sell that high. I'm making my first game that's gonna be on Steam. Hopefully, is a shitty like horror game with all the tropes. The only trope I don't got is a flashlight. Like, come on. So, it's you know how it is, bro. It's hey, bro. Just yeah. I don't know what else to say, man. Just have a good day, bro. Don't even focus on the hard stuff, bro. Just relax and eat some like mayonnaise or something. All right, I'm rambling. Let me end.